Wait a minute. What year is it? What year is it up in here? Is it 2024 or is it 2018? Remember when we used to be here every Monday night for the Raw watch-alongs? Decided to bring it back tonight. I wasn't really feeling a Raw review tonight. Almost thought about skipping it. But then again, it's Monday. I always see you guys on Monday. I'm not working today, so I need to come up here and do something. So why not do a watch-along? We had a big 3-hour podcast on Saturday. We've gotten a lot of news covered and stuff. Plus, I'm going to be up here later this week for Clash at the Castle predictions. So we can always talk about Raw then. But I still wanted to do something. I missed you guys. I haven't seen you in like almost 24 hours. So I was getting freaked out. So I said, you know what? Let's do a Raw watch along like old times, like the olden timey days. Live reaction, watch party, watch along, whatever you want to call it. That's what we are here to do tonight. Go home show to Clash at the Castle coming up this Saturday from Scotland. And a couple of big matches on Raw tonight. I saw Ilja Dragunov versus Bron Breakker. And based on what we heard about Bron Breakker over the weekend and the news surrounding his name, you got to think he's going to cut Dragunov in half. And we have Otis and Sami Zayn, which is probably going to be the final setup to whatever they're going to do on Saturday. So, hey, Tito. Thought it would be a fun night to come up and just watch Raw together, chill out. I didn't want to make notes. I didn't want to do any like real hard work tonight. I just wanted to chill out. So that's what we are doing. I've got USA Network pulled up over here. We're finishing up that Fireman show or whatever it is. Every time whatever show comes on before Raw ends, it always ends like with a bunch of them in a bar talking. But they're not in a bar, but they are eating. So it's close enough here. Good to see everybody here, by the way. Happy Monday. I only decided to do a Raw watch-along tonight like 3 hours ago. So this is super short notice. Not sure if even a lot of you even know I'm doing this. I did try to put up an announcement on Twitter and over here on YouTube on the community tab at like, 2 or 3 hours ago. But I wasn't planning on doing this all weekend. Otherwise, I would have told you about this last night when we were here watching Battleground together. But right on. All right, Raw is giving us a little preview here. They are in Toledo tonight. And I'm from Detroit, so I have been through Toledo a couple times when I was young. Not really a destination city. But then again, neither is Detroit. All right. Gosh, I haven't done this in so long. We haven't watched a good Raw together, ever. All those years ago, when we were doing the Raw reviews every week, we were watching really bad Raws. Part of the reason why I was doing those watch-alongs back then was because Raw was so bad, I'd rather at least kick it with you guys and watch crap than be miserable by myself. You know what I mean? So now that the tables have turned, WWE delivers us pretty solid Raws every week. Even the weaker Raws are pretty good. And tonight feels like what one of those Raws are going to be like. So we're going to watch it together. Good to see everybody here. Like all the channel members, ton of y'all in here right now. Well, a good handful of channel members. I'm going to hit y'all first. Michael Kumo, damn a watch-along. That's right, we're here. A rare watch-along, says Crazy J. It is a rare one. K-Dogs, Keno, good to see you, Kevin. Always happy to see you here. Ben Espinoza is here as well. So is Chaz Medeiros and the Juliet. Sonic Plays, Joshua Aparicio, Big J, Mike Rouse, and Zach H. All rounding out some channel members. And our friend George Morris chiming in with $5. Thank you, dude, for that. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? How about Sunday ECW or WCW watch along or King of the Ring 2000? How is work? What do you do there? Be safe. That's a lot. Oh man, so next watch along, I kind of have King of the Ring 99 pegged, but I think we can get King of the Ring 2000 done as well in the month of June. So we'll probably knock out both of those. And I do want to do an ECW or WCW watch along again, maybe in July. We'll try to do like a Bash at the Beach or a Great American Bash, and then maybe we'll do like a Heat Wave or something like that from ECW. And then during August, we're probably going to be doing whatever SummerSlams we haven't gotten to yet. So we'll be doing a lot of that. Tito is going to... I don't see where Tito is. He was around here. He is doing fine, but he's invisible. And work is good. Work is very good. I do a lot of stuff there. I need to dedicate a whole other video to what I do at work. But work is great. Life is great. It's a great Monday. The sun is shining. Blue skies. I got my windows open. It's a beautiful day here in San Diego. And we are now... The show should have started by now. But I'm not up yet. Oh, for crying out loud. I hit refresh, and then it took me all the way to ABC to watch the Stanley Cup. So I got to go to USA. There we go. All right, Monday Night Raw. I was like, it's 1 minute past the hour, and my Raw is not on yet. There we go. All right, Lyra Valkyria and Iyo Sky tonight. Dakota, how are you? Very good to see you as always, Dakota. Lyra Valkyria. I know, I kind of, my head, my brain conflates Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez. But they're very different. And I like after seeing Roxanne last night, I like Roxanne. All right, so here comes McIntyre, the challenger, for what presumably will be the main event at Clash at the Castle, although we don't really know, do we? All right, Drew. Good to see JJ Leg in here as well, and 7th season. More channel members chiming in. Also, Colin Wright, what's up, dude? Crazy J, Joe Brill, Surge in the house as well. We got Rodrigo, good to see you. Green P, Gilbert Albalo, Andy Linnell, Daniel Barry Sports, right on. Good little handful in here. Boy, back in the day when we used to do the Raw watch-alongs, we were crushing it on the numbers back then, man. We'd have anywhere from 200 to 600 people in here at a time. Right now, we got 56. So we'll try to bring back those old numbers. Two o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I have to really think about how I'm going to do Saturday. I've got some plans on Saturday with friends. My good friend from the East Coast is in town, so I'm going to be spending some time with her and her family on Saturday, but I think I have time to bust out the review first. If not, it might be a double-header Sunday. Review in the morning, watch along at night. I will be figuring that out in the next day or two. Gotta love Finn Balor taking the Claymore bullet there. Making sure he's cock-blocking Dom with Liv Morgan. You want to call me a hypocrite? I wish I could do a Scottish accent. You call Lyra Bird Lady. I watched a movie a couple months ago called Lady Bird. It's pretty good. Fucking Toledo, man. What did they use this building for? Anybody from Toledo? Sorry for shitting on your city. I'm sure it's very nice in some places. CM Punk chants. I mean, Punk and Drew has to be the SummerSlam match, right? It's got to be. So, is it for the title or not? Honestly, Drew, I am. I'm ready for a new world champion. I like Priest a lot, but I think I like you more. Red Raven Rucker, good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Financial Truth Academy, MJ Parker. Boy, it's like a membership party up in here. By the way, I did turn ads off on this video, so this watch-along is presented ad-free. That way you guys don't get interrupted by any bullshit. I am watching on DirecTV stream, so I'm probably not exactly synced up with you guys. It's not like the classics when we have the timer and it's a little easier. We're just winging it tonight. I guess I haven't really... This is Damian Priest's... Is this music kind of new for him, or help me out? Please don't tell me he's had this for a year and I just haven't noticed. I love that JD's name is still not on the Judgment Day merch. Yeah, I think for like watch-alongs, I like to have the ads off. It's easier. It's easier for you guys.
You got your shot at Clash, yet you're still out here making excuses. Last week, you said I made this personal. Why? Because I made you look stupid and playing your own game. No, Drew. You just made this personal right now. You're out here trying to tell these people that I need to judge.
I mean, I don't know which way I want this match to go. Part of me wants Priest to keep the title for the same reason I want Swerve to keep his for a little longer. But then again, Drew's on the top of his game right now.
You're forgetting about the man that holds it. Drew, on Saturday, I'm heading into your territory in front of your people. And I'm going to put you down.
I'm going to put you down, baby.
And as much as I love my crew, I don't need the Judgment Day or anyone else to be champ. I'm champ because I'm Damian Priest.
I guess JD takes up too much space. Do you think they would have worked JD's initials into the merch by now? He's out there wearing the shirt with everybody else's name on it. I guess that's the rule, right? You can wear somebody else's gimmick t-shirt, but you can't wear your own.
Hope you enjoyed your time with the title, because on Saturday it belongs to Drew McIntyre. The only bloody chance you have in the world are these idiots right here.
Oh man,
stop.
Give it a rest. You're unbelievable. You're still passing blame. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a now. I'm going to make this real simple for you. I have an idea. How about tonight? You go one-on-one with Finn Balor.
Okay, Drew McIntyre and Finn Balor. Balor does not like being volunteered, it doesn't look like.
And if you beat him, which I know you can, the Judgment Day is barred from ringside at Clash at the Castle.
Okay. Okay.
When Finn Balor beats you,
well, we know that's not going to happen. So it's going to be Finn Balor and Drew tonight. If Drew wins, Judgment Day is banned from ringside.
Honor and the privilege of watching me beat you in your home.
So I feel like Drew will beat Balor, Judgment Day will be banned, but Punk will show up and fuck him. I hope so.
You gotta respect a man who's willing to dig his own grave. I'm gonna beat Finn Balor, and I hope next Monday you're man enough to shake my hand, because on Saturday I am gonna embarrass you, humiliate you, and I'll be standing here next week, World Heavyweight Champion.
Farewell night for Ricochet, maybe. Is this going to be his last night? I just thought he was leaving when his contract is up. I'm not sure if he's leaving tonight.
Judgment Day had a very important part in that. Yeah, a lot of people would say a lot of the matches that Damian Priest has won, the Judgment Day have had a massive piece of. A lot of pressure on Finn Balor tonight for the entire show. If Balor loses, Judgment Day is barred from ringside on Saturday. Now, Judgment Day is also dealing with a ton of drama. A little bit of an example of what's going on with Liv Morgan.
The guy behind the Cole and Pat looks like a young Glenn Jacobs.
Take everything away from Rhea Ripley. And that includes you.
And that includes you.
World champion seems to be on a mission to seduce and steal Dom from Rhea. Back off.
I love Balor getting in Morgan's face. That was pretty funny. I feel like Balor, they're going to tell the story of him being a very loyal and reliable soldier who might get taken advantage of. Priest volunteering him for matches and whatnot.
No.
Haha, lives in the Judgment Day. Look at her, just chilling. It's just me, Dom.
I know that you anticipate me right now.
I wore my best white tank top for you.
And I think that you'd really, really like to see me too.
I don't want
Oh,
anything to
hotel
do with
key.
that. I don't want anything to do with you.
Take it. Take it, Dom. Just put it just in case. Just in case. Just take it in case. You never know. You never know.
A gorgeous man like you should be with a girl that makes you call her mommy. A gorgeous man like you should be with a girl that's not afraid to call you daddy. If you change your minds, I'll be in my hotel room waiting.
She'll be there waiting. You can take her to the prom. Get your GED.
Rookie drop off from our champion.
All right, so we're going to get Iyo Sky and Lyra kicking things off here. All right.
That's not gonna end well.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Dragunov and Zayn, representing Damage Control, Iyo Sky.
Iyo Sky's music and lights are just like a seizure trigger.
Queen of the Ring tournament. Iyo Sky and Lyra 101 live next.
This version of Liv is a cross between Harley Quinn and Gwen Stacy. You know, I've heard the name Harley Quinn. I don't really know who she is, though. I think it's a comic book or something. And Gwen Stacy, don't know who that is either. Greg sucks at that stuff. If y'all want to ever talk about, like, Marvel movies and, like, comic book movies, I am not your man. I am the worst. I mean, I'm guessing I Quit match is going to be undercard, isn't it? I don't know, man. Boy, it's been like 6 years since we've watched commercials together. And if I do these next year, if we do any Raw watch-alongs, we're going to be on Netflix. And that's going to be a whole different thing.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially...
Colin, Bash in Berlin is end of August, I think. I think it's the end of the summer. So it's going to come after SummerSlam, I believe.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Starting $6.99, it's the ultimate soul meal. Get a personal pan pizza or melt and your favorite.
My Hut Box.
You never comboed before. No
That's not an appetizing name. What'd you have for dinner? I had a Hut Box.
It's a spicy new wrap from Jimmy John's, starring Ghost Pepper Cheese. Introducing Firecracker.
Ghost pepper cheese? No.
This summer, it's gonna be a hot one. Jimmy John's new Firecracker wrap.
I've only had Jimmy John's one time in my life.
Right now, you can get any size of our new groovy fries and groovy sauce for $1.
See, I don't know what commercials y'all are looking at, but I have Jimmy John's. I got Sonic.
That makes no sense.
I think this is Sonic.
For $1.
Yeah, it's Sonic.
Eat Sonic.
And now I got the guy, the actor that everybody wants to play, Eddie Guerrero. He's drinking a Corona. I forget his name.
To truly embrace the fine life, you must learn to let go.
Do y'all want more play-by-play for the commercials? They're dancing now. Looks like they're somewhere in Italy.
Only then will you find that even if you leave,
Or Mexico, excuse me.
it never
Italy.
is you.
Never mind.
Bienvenidos a la vida más fina.
Shop Etsy until June 16th and get up to 30% off Father's Day gifts that go beyond the classic go-to. Save on personalized gear and other things dads dig. When you want a one-of-a-kind gift, just show him he's no...
Okay, Harley and Gwen are from DC Comics. Okay.
We live our lives on our home fabrics. And though we can
Even as a kid, I was never into comics.
stay,
I never really watched Superman or Spider-Man or Batman, or
get trapped inside fabrics and
just
then
wasn't my thing. I don't know why.
you need Febreze fabric refresher. Its formula is proven to deliver long-lasting odor-fighting power so you can enjoy
Elizabeth talked me into watching the Deadpool movies, and I really did like those.
Before everyone sprays,
And I know that's a part of a much bigger universe that
home stays. Febreze fabric refresher.
is too far gone for me to try to get into. I'd be like somebody wanting to never watch wrestling in their life and decide they want to be a wrestling fan, but they want to start from the beginning and watch everything. It's going to take you a while.
Teams are falling apart. On USA's Red Race to Survive New Zealand.
It is brutal on you.
The brutality of the race
Did you check the map once?
is only half the competition.
I can't survive off only free and oats. Disgusting. We would like to offer you all trade. Alliances are forming, folks. Wow.
Race to Survive New
Race to Survival, New
Zealand.
Zealand. I hate those like survival reality shows. I hate those. I never watched one episode ever of Survivor. Toledo has a bridge? Oh yeah, I guess they would.
Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York City. The parade is America's largest cultural celebration, where tens of thousands of attendees visited Fifth Avenue to celebrate their heritage. Here's a special look.
Looks like a nice day in Ohio, though. Oh yeah, today or yesterday was the Puerto Rican parade in NYC.
I believe we should all be proud of wherever we come from. The day for us Puerto Ricans to show the world our culture and our flag and our style. Since I was a kid, this was always something that I look forward to every single year.
Zelina with her backlash gear on. Oh, there she is again. That seems risky to wrestle in. Zelina, she's got her flip-flop. She's still doing the flip-flop thing. It's been like a year now. Still trying to get the flip-flop over. Hi, Dakota. How have you been? Iyo Sky made her entrance a half an hour ago. So even with Kevin Dunn gone, one thing that hasn't changed is sticking wrestlers in the ring for a full half an hour. Okay, here comes Bird Lady. I mean, at least the wrestlers now can work. Years ago, I always had such a big problem with how much effort went into their little routine, you know, and their entrance and stuff. I'm like, can we put that energy into wrestling? You know, so at least now they have both. I always kind of roll my eyes at a lot of entrances because I'm like, oh, they're so stupid. But at least men and women who can wrestle are doing them now. Because the Diva division back in the day, my God. Boy, each one of them had their little dance routine down perfectly for their entrance, but once the bell rang, ay, ay, ay. So I guess the story here, Io's mad because Lyra knocked her out of the Queen of the Ring tournament a couple weeks ago. I mean, this could be a fun little program here. I think one thing Lyra desperately needs is to remove this stigma of being generic. So, a little hardcore nasty, you know, feud with Iyo Sky, who is no joke. Might be good for her. I mean, these women I could totally see, like, doing a cage match or something. Valkyria. I'm starting to learn how to do the name now. Was Lyra the NXT champion? Roxanne Perez has been NXT champion twice, right? Was Lyra ever the NXT champion? I don't know these things. I do like Lyra because, I mean, you can't really tell, but she's strong. Like, she's very athletic. She's smooth. Sean thought enough of her to send her to Triple H on the main roster, so that's Northern Lights. Nice. That's super nice, Northern Lights. Okay, Lyra beat Becky. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was Roxanne, too. All right, so next Monday, the qualifying matches begin. What are we doing here? Look at that. Oh, my. I'm not 100% sure if I've ever seen that before. You going to stomp her face? I feel like she's going to stomp her face. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's a...
Transition there into the pin. Ooh, did you hear that? Kick to the mouth. Lyra Valkyria's blind. Valkyria through the second rope, got caught, and Iyo Sky made her pay. Bounces her face first off the apron.
If the camera can just keep Dakota in view, that would be appreciative. All right. Oh. All right, that's a commercial break. That's a commercial break moonsault right there. Let's see if they go to it. All right, commercial break on my end. Mohammed, please acknowledge you. Acknowledge yourself.
But first, the best American athletes have to make Team USA.
Tiffany Stratton winning Money in the Bank? Sure. I don't know who I'd prefer right now on the women's side. I know with the men, I'm very into the idea of CM Punk qualifying for the Money in the Bank, but I don't know how he's going to get in the Money in the Bank if they're having qualifying matches for it. That means Punk's probably going to have a match on Raw in the next couple of weeks, and I don't know if that's likely. So Punk, that whole Punk idea I had for the last couple of weeks about him winning the Money in the Bank, it would only make sense for him to win Money in the Bank if Drew wins the title. If Drew doesn't win the title, then Punk doesn't need to win the Money in the Bank. Otherwise, then you can still do the match. But I feel like Drew and Punk is 100% our SummerSlam match. We can agree on that, right? So then it's just a matter of, is it for the title or not? And if Drew wins the title, I don't think you can justify giving CM Punk a title shot unless McIntyre is the one to issue the challenge and say, I just want to be rid of you and I want to face you at SummerSlam, and he convinces Pierce to allow Punk to have a title shot. Otherwise, Punk's going to have to win the Money in the Bank. But if he doesn't win the title, Drew doesn't win the title, then you just got the big grudge match, Drew and Punk, SummerSlam, and Priest can continue on. And probably, I guess, drop the title. Well, shit. Drop the title to Gunther, because I keep forgetting that Gunther's got the title shot at SummerSlam. So yeah, Punk wouldn't get the title shot anyway at SummerSlam because Gunther's getting it. So Punk winning the briefcase means that he could come and cash in on McIntyre at SummerSlam, and that would be pretty fun as well. I don't know how it's going to go. A lot of moving parts. But we know it's going to be Gunther, and it's going to be hard to not put the belt on Gunther at SummerSlam. It's going to be hard for him to not win. So yeah, I'm thinking... I keep forgetting about the Gunther thing. So the more and more I think about it, I think that Priest is going to retain at Clash. I think Drew will probably beat Balor here tonight. Judgment Day will be banned from ringside. Drew will have a one-on-one match against Priest, and then Punk, they're going to have to somehow keep him hidden in Scotland. Otherwise, they're going to know he's there, and it's going to kind of get... If he's visible for anything there, if he does media, if he does a podcast appearance or any sort of media at all, personal appearances in Scotland, then the fans are going to know that he's there, and then he's probably going to be involved in the finish. So you're going to have to get Punk to Scotland and keep him a secret somehow, which means he can't go see the sights and go enjoy the trip over there. He's just going to have to be in a hotel room and then brought in and snuck in the building and that type of thing, unless they don't care about most fans knowing he's there. Yeah, with Gunther getting the shot, I feel like Priest has got to retain. Sold out in Toledo. Back to Lyra and Iyo.
Jordan Grayson, NXT Battleground in Las Vegas last night. Tremendous battle.
Yeah, the match between Ethan Page and Trick Williams isn't getting super good reviews in terms of Page's first match.
Valkyria has been so impressive since arriving on the Monday Night Raw roster. Now Fisherman suplexing. Valkyria close into the cover now. Sky kick out by Iyo.
Come on, Iyo.
Check out the height impact here on this missile drop kick by Valkyria. Lyra has proven very quickly that she's the real deal. Flies around, very smooth.
Colin, to you, Priest is mid-card? Well, maybe, but I mean, even before he was champion, him and Judgment Day were dominating Monday Night Raw all year. Main events a lot of those nights.
Look at Valkyria. She's going for a German suplex and Sky able to counter, driving Valkyria face first into the turnbuckle. And now Iyo
I mean, if you were to look back in the last year of Monday Night Raw, how many of those Raws Damian Priest main evented? It's probably a good amount.
The woman who says she was inspired by the legendary Rey Mysterio, the genius of the sky, Iyo Sky, top rope. Look at the
Oh.
moonsault lands at her feet. Valkyria has Sky up. Perfect position. Sky though. Here, look at this. Valkyria shoulders down.
Nope, no way.
That is how Lyra beat Iyo Sky to win the matchup in the semifinals.
I feel like Io's going to win this with some help from her. Oh, from damage.
And Sky right back in control. Cover again on Valkyria. And just barely getting her shoulder up is Lyra. These two have gone through it here in Toledo. And, right to the midsection.
Damn.
Lyra had to think that Iyo was going for a roll up there. Instead, stomps through her sternum. Waist lock applied by Sky. Standing switch now by Valkyria.
Speaking of Gunther, too, we haven't seen him in a while, have we? Was he around last week? What did they do with Gunther last week? I know Kaiser wrestled Sheamus. They don't really have a lot of use for Gunther until we, get on the other side of Money in the Bank, I guess. No. Oh, Dakota. Good job, girl. She didn't do nothing. Dakota did nothing. She was just fixing her hair. Black leather. Oh, takes them both out. Nice bump by Kairi Sane. Is she going moonsault on... Nope. She can't decide which side of the ring to go to. Ooh. She's going for the moonsault. Lyra moving. Getting in position. Oh! Got her knees up. Lyra seems like... She seemed a little confused twice in like her ring positioning. Oh, nice crucifix. That might be it. Yeah. Sky gets the win. Good for you, Iyo. No, I don't really care much for the learning tree stuff. I know what Jericho's doing. But to me, it's go away heat. Bitterness and jealousy. Oh, he is going in. Oh, they're all back in there. Okay, I feel like somebody's going to come help out now. Who's this? Oh, it's these two. It's Caden and the other one. Why does their music have to play? All right, so this will be a 6-women match next week. Or maybe maybe it's going to be a Clash at the Castle match. Is Lyra from Scotland too? Where's she from? Or is she from Ireland? But they might want to work them in. So I wouldn't be surprised if that 6 women, Caden and the other one, and Lyra versus Damage Control, is on like the kickoff of Clash at the Castle or something. Hey, Dom.
She was in here earlier. I told her to leave me alone, but she left me her hotel room.
She left me her hotel room key. Look at Finn's face. That's awesome. I love that JD and Carlito are like, sweet. And Balor's like, that's not sweet. Well, at least Dominic's being honest. He's not like hiding the hotel key in his pocket and secretly going on a rendezvous with Liv. Michael, I don't know if Carlito's officially in Judgment Day or not. I don't think he is. Priest still seems to be hesitant.
Someone needs to customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Wait, there's an elevator? Only pay?
Liberty. Yeah, Green Pea, that's right. Gunther faced Drew at SummerSlam last year. Oh, yeah, I guess, did he? I knew it was a triple threat at Mania. So was it Gunther and Drew for the IC at SummerSlam last year, and Gunther beat him? So yeah, Gunther and Drew again feels unlikely. And since Gunther has that title shot, that kind of hints at what they're going to do, and I think that Priest keeping the title.
Years from now, you'll still remember how good she was. And that will feel good.
I mean, I feel like you got to do Drew and Punk at SummerSlam. You've been building this for too long to like wait on that, unless Punk's, not healthy or something. But if Punk is cleared and he's good, then that's what you do. Drew is going to have to lose to Priest, maybe with some help from CM Punk. But then that's going to piss him off. He's going to want the match way sooner than SummerSlam. So, imagine that. Imagine if Punk screws Drew. You would think that Drew would be so enraged that he demands a fight with Punk at the next opportunity, which would be Money in the Bank. Or maybe he's just like, now I have to enter the Money in the Bank to get my title shot back. And so he's going to enter the Money in the Bank. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know. Yo, Amato, what's up, dude? 50-hour week as usual for you. Moving to Texas in 6 weeks. That's fucking great. I did see all of your videos from Blockbuster. Thank you for that. I guess you got some stuff on the way to me. If it comes, I will not open it until the next time I do a stream. I'll save it. We'll crack it open right here. I've got your other Blockbuster stuff right on the shelf up here. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Going to Texas, man. I forgot where. San Antonio? That's a very nice shot of New York City there. Yeah, they're really promoting this Fanatics Fest. They did this last night, too. Look at them. Oh, Bianca, I really like the hair. I like the lighter color. Isla Dawn and Melba Toast. Yeah, San Antonio. That's right, Amato. Right on. Maybe your boyhood dream will also come true. I've never been to San Antonio. I've always heard good things. Texas has got a lot of cities, man. They got Dallas and Houston and Austin and San Antonio. All those are big cities, right? This has all got to come to a head at the Clash, I would think. Otis carrying them both away. Miz and R-Truth, the pizza champions.
No, not for a while. I seen a little. You know what happens when Truth is left on his own?
Do you know what happens when Truth is left on his own? Who knows what Truth is doing? Oh, look at these two. Maxine, that's quite the pink number there.
First of all, you okay? Is your ankle okay? Or you okay? Look, I just wanted to say I'm sorry that you guys have been caught in the middle of this and everything you guys are going through. I'm sorry. Did you see the footage back? You saw what happened?
What's it going to take for these three idiots to dump Chad?
Don't have to take this, right? Guess there's not much left to say here, right? I'll see you in the ring tonight.
See you in the ring, Otis.
I lost. Didn't mean for it to happen again. That's fine. Look, Otis, man,
You guys have a match. You can't have like a little casual chat.
Look, I'm sympathetic towards everything you're going through. I get it. I've been through this stuff with Roman Reigns and the bloodline. The thing is, I understood my reasons. But for the life of me, I can't figure out why you keep putting up with Chad Gable after everything he puts you through week in, week out. Well, Sammy, at one time I had it all. Different time, I lost it all. I made a big briefcase, my peach.
His Peach.
Kentucky.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank briefcase. His Peach. They've been... I think Mandy Rose could come back. I do.
No, Otis, see, that's what I have a problem with. That's not true. That's what he wants you to think. You are not nothing. Those are his words. Do you understand that?
I like how Sammy's trying to give Otis a pep talk before he goes to the ring to beat the shit out of him. I mean, Otis mentioned his Peach. I think she might come back. Aw.
Let's go, boys.
I like how the Judgment Day has like a little belt platform there.
What's up, man? You weren't out there with us at the beginning of the show, and I hear something about some hotel card business. What's up?
Don't worry about the hotel. Don't worry about. Technically, I don't have a first name. Don't worry about my first name. But we're the police. Where is it? Who's got the card? Carlito's got it. Carlito definitely has the hotel card. Where's the key? Somebody's got the key. Somebody's going to go to Liv's room. I think Carlito took it. Oh, look, it's a glitch. Y'all have to do the glitch. There's the QR. Maybe we'll do it for once. Oh, I didn't do it. I've never done the QR code ever because I just don't care. But maybe we'll do it now. Where is it? Oh, man. Ah, see, I don't want to mess with this. You guys do it. I tried to rewind it and pause it on the QR code. I'm not doing that. I don't have the patience. I don't know what match we're getting here. Looks like Rey and Dragon Lee. Yeah, I would love to see Mandy come back. I mean, it felt like they were on to something, but those were in the Vince days and stuff. So I feel like if they had that opportunity again, without the without the previous regime in charge, it might go somewhere. I think they were on to something there with Otis and Lexis King and Dante Chin in a Singapore cane match. It is 7:43 in Houston. It is 5:43 in San Diego. Oh, okay. QR code leads to a country down, a countdown. 6 days, 23 hours. 1 week from tonight will be the debut of Uncle Howdy. Okay, good. About time. I'm sick of that shit. I was starting to get impatient with Bray Wyatt, too. Like, when he came back at that Extreme Rules a year or so ago, prior to his death, and it just felt like feet started dragging. Taking too long to get somewhere, And then before you know it, it's the Mountain Dew Ass Boy match, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the... So I don't want to see Uncle Howdy go in that, okay, I'm over it direction, because with Bray, even when he was gone and we didn't really know what his deal was, I remember on the podcast I was saying, I don't care if he comes back or not. I didn't really like what they did last time. So little did we know he was dealing with a very, very serious heart condition that took his life. But I'm hoping that whatever this is that they're doing is a good tribute to Bray. My Hut Box. I love the name of that. And Spaceballs. Pizza the Hut. Oh yeah, Amato, you're over here with me. Pacific. I've never been to Oregon, but I've always wanted to go.
That makes no sense. Get inside Groovy Black for $1. Live free inside.
Why does Wi-Fi only seem to work in this room? You need Verizon Home Internet. How big balloons. Get fast, reliable coverage in every room. Then you can watch your shows in here.
Yeah, Alex, the spiteful, I think that's, the point of a lot of factions too, is to have everybody be elevated by that. In Alpha Academy, I mean, Tozawa is still a complete joke, but I think it's mostly designed to help Gable and Otis. And then Maxine. Maxine's different than Mandy Rose. Maxine's kind of like, you like her energy. She seems, willing and wanting to learn. She doesn't have that ego that, Mandy did. But Mandy was really, really good in that role. That match she had with Sonya Deville at that SummerSlam or whatever, that backstage hardcore thing they did. They did some good stuff, man. Oh yeah, I forgot it's the Olympics again, isn't it? It's the Summer Olympics. It's time for the Summer Olympics already? Oh, trials. The trials. I don't know.
WWE, and last night was more of the same. We're at the UFC Apex in Las Vegas for NXT Battleground.
In Vegas, that weird ass little UFC Apex place. Sexy Red. Welcome to the NXT Battleground. That girl who won the North American title, I've never even heard of her. And Jordan Grace, poor thing. She got her earring hung up in Roxanne's like fishnets, and it was like stuck in there, ripped her ear out, and blood everywhere. I thought she knocked a tooth out too. That was a brutal match for Jordan. You shouldn't wrestle with earrings. It's a bad idea. I had it hurt so bad. Ouch. Ugh.
I'm fully aware of the things that have been said about me by sympathies. I'm just that I'm nothing more.
Do we have to have a video package from him? Like I've told you guys, I allow myself every year 1 or 2 wrestlers to irrationally dislike for no reason. Just to be complete shitty fan and just hate someone or dislike someone for no reason. Ludwig is my guy. I have a little bit of a reason. Number 1, the hair. Even though I don't have any, I don't understand why you would want to shave it all here and then just leave a little bit on top. Why are we doing that? And why are you wearing a turtleneck in June, man? I tolerate that from one man and one man only. Christian. Not from Ludwig. Is he talking? I'd rather just talk while he's talking because I don't care what he's saying. Ludwig, don't care, don't care, don't care about your turtleneck, don't care about your hair, don't care about your dumb face or your big ass ears. Money in the bank. You better not win Money in the Bank. I will move to Russia. I will. Immediately. Joshua, can I listen to a Sexy Red song, Greg? No. I mean, I can. I have the ability to, but I won't. Personal choice. I thought it said one big slob on his, on his shirt. I thought last week they might have done something to write him off TV for a week or two with his leg. Seemed like he was limping a little bit, and then they wore his leg out with a chair, and I'm like, oh, maybe he's still healing from something.
To see him in person, it's like you're looking at a modern marvel.
Yeah, Ludwig is dating Tiffany. Tiffany's fine. Tiffany's not my type, but I can see how she's others. The referee looks like Dracula. Why is he giving this referee shit? So it's Braun Strowman in the LWO. I love it. I mean, he's got a North Carolina tattoo on his bicep there. My old home. Hello. He's country strong. Did y'all see the video of that, like some rodeo? And of course they're playing that MAGA anthem, God bless the USA. And while that's playing, this fucking bull is going nuts and jumps into the crowd and wipes out a bunch of people while that stupid song is playing. Oh, it's poetry. Fucking cinema. They're all waving their phones. God bless the USA. Oh, so funny. Carlito, you know he's got that hotel key. I love Dom's. I just love Dom's look. How far he has come. That hair, that mustache. I mean, I always liked Dominic, but those early years, I really thought, you know, WWE's giving Ray's son a job. That's all this is. He's okay, but he's not great. But then he got great. And now I feel bad for ever doubting the kid. I do like that Ray and Dom kind of have like a Brett and Owen thing going. You know, they had their wars, their pay-per-view wars during the meat of their rivalry, but now that the rivalry or the feud is over, they're still on opposite sides, and they'll still, you know, be on opposite sides of teams from every now and then. And I'm wondering if eventually Ray will pull a Brett from 97 the way Brett got Owen and Bulldog back. If they'll ever have a segment like that with Ray and Dom. At some point, there's got to be a reunion between Dom and Ray. Unless Dominic just plays the heel for the rest of his career and always calls Ray a deadbeat. Here we go. Dom tagged out.
Oh, it's Ray. Sorry, that's Rey Mysterio. Yeah, what do you say? He's about to fight his kid. What do you even... Sorry, that's why Dominic got out. My bad. And now, Rey Mysterio, the legendary, the Hall of Famer. Rey Mysterio going after J.D. McDonough. Of course, Mysterio knocked off by Damian Priest of the Judgment Day.
Oh, Ray. God, Ray is like 50 years old. How old is Ray now? Let's look up Ray. I mean, if I'm 46, or I'm about to be 47, how the fuck old is Ray? He's 49. Oh, he's only 3 years older than me? Damn. Getting old, y'all. Getting old. Be right back. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Dragon Lee and Dominic. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I'm thinking of... if Ray did the Bret Hart thing, he would probably have to do it as a face, and it would have to be Dominic turning face. But Dominic is a lot like Owen, you know? Like, he's better as a heel. You know, remember after the screw job, they tried to make Owen a babyface? How long did that last? I was in the building the night he turned heel with the Nation. It was like 3 months. I think they realized that Owen's just better as a heel, and Dominic is a lot like Owen in that respect. But I wouldn't even consider making Dominic a babyface until his heel shit has really run its course, because right now he's still getting that reaction from the audience. Those boos, all that stuff is great. It's what you want. Commercial. You want to see Bron do a Hurricane Karana? Okay. I'd pay to watch him try. Are the Mysterios from Sand Dragon? Yes, they are from the Sand Dragon. Yes, the Mysterios live here. So, I mean, the Bellas were here for a while. I saw them around. Nia Jax lives here as well. And I have not seen as many famous people as I've seen since living in this town. I have not seen Ray, but Elizabeth has. She works in casino. She's seen him in there before. But I have yet to see Ray like out in the wild in San Diego. After 14 years, you'd think I'd run into him by now.
They took a driving test.
Now that's a park job. For a great low rate, go with the General.
Luke Wilson. Luke Wilson, you look the same. Luke Wilson doing a Miller Lite commercial?
$9.99 each. Papa John's. OS. The word score 44 points. That's a good word, bro. Bootios is not a word.
Bootios is a word. It's like our word. What do you mean?
That's not a word. The cereal we created, we came out of a giant box.
Seventh season, I've been pretty lucky. Never really had a super bad interaction. Really ever, now that I think about it. But I've also had a lot of situations where I haven't approached, you know, like other than just, meeting someone or whatever, not really talking to them much other than that. So if they gave me more time, maybe my experience would be bad, but...
By the end of the day, 5 floors? But who has the time to clean? That's why I love my Swiffer wet jet.
Probably what's crazy is like every celebrity, Drew Brees and Michael Jordan and Tony Hawk and, everybody that I've met has always been super cool. The one guy that was kind of douchey was, I forgot his name now. He lives here in San Diego, Brian something. He was on one of the Top Chef shows. He won it or something. He's a well-known chef. He has shows. Bobby Flay is in a lot too. He's always wasted. But this other guy, maybe 10 years ago now or whatever it was, he came in. And this is after he'd already won one of those chef shows and probably already had his own show by this point. And he came in and I saw him and he ordered some fish tacos. And I remember when they brought him the plate, he picked it up to his nose and he sniffed it just to make sure the fish was acceptable. Like I'd serve him rotten fish. I remember being bugged by that. I'm like, don't be a snob. Don't be a fucking snob. Just eat it. It's fine. It's all good quality shit here. I must smell. I'm like, why would you eat here if you thought we might give you rotten fish? He's Malarkey? Brian Malarkey? Does that name sound familiar? I think it's him. Little short little fucker. Kind of looks like Ludwig Kaiser. Wait, where? Oh, Roz and Toledo. I was about to say, because Zelina and Priest were doing that Puerto Rican parade in New York City yesterday. But they didn't have to travel very far to get to Toledo. Little boat ride down the Erie Canal. Where's Money in the Bank this year? Why don't I know this? Toronto. Toronto, right? No, he was an American chef. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Malarkey because he owns restaurants here. But now that I see his picture, I don't think it's him either. It was a different guy. So it's not Brian, somebody else. I think it would be funny if Carlito, takes a bump or something and the hotel key flies out. Look at the $100 bill flying out of his pocket. If anybody in the chat hasn't hit the thumbs up button yet, if you could do that for me, it would be appreciative. Ooh. If we can get these Monday numbers up again, we'll start doing these again. We'll start doing Raw watch-alongs. It's way easier to watch Raw now than it was 5 years ago when we were doing it. No, I'm not. It's not Guy Fieri either. The little guy. I can't even. It might have. I don't even know if it was Top Chef or one of those shows, but. Okay, so I see a picture of him, but it doesn't have his name. I see him. He's this guy. Okay. He must be... Okay, it's Richard Blaze. That's who it is. He's got a little mohawk. Yeah, that's who came in and sniffed the tacos. I'm like, I'll get the hell out of here. Blaze.
Judgment Day down and out. Same with the LWO and Braun Strowman. Mysterio trying to crawl toward the corner, but there's no one there for his team. A long way to go through for Rey.
I hope Carlito's going to be all right to use that hotel key later.
Pound and pound here by Carlito. We'll keep him on our side. Now Jay Demon done. We can quick shift this thing to beat down a Hall of Fame. It's Judgment Day Wrestling.
God, Rey, man, just hard to watch. I mean, he seems fine, but man, dude's going to be 50 in just a few months.
Good, aren't they? Judgment Day. Real good. Strength in numbers. But Mysterio, greatest of all time. Oh, what a move by Rey! Switching direction midair. Looked like everybody was off balance, and Rey turned it into a DDT. The amount of core strength Rey Mysterio needed to execute that is unheard of. That was absolutely incredible. And now Dragon Lee on the apron. Mysterio trying to make a tag. McDonough gonna make a tag.
All right, we got 2 hot tags, Carlito and Dragon.
Carlito's been incredibly jealous of Dragon Lee in the past.
Oh, man, this match is clunky as all hell. It's like the second, either that or something's wrong with the ropes, but I've seen two people struggle when running the ropes on that far side by the announce table. They might need to be tightened or something. I feel like Carlito's, this run, he's just going through the motions. I think it's just a job for him. Oh, look how he's got him in stomp position. He's going to fall off, though. His feet aren't... For all the seasoned pros in this match, it hasn't gone well to me. Dom. I was like, yeah, where the hell did Liv's out here? She's going to get knocked into him, and he's going to catch her. Watch. They are telegraphing the shit out of this. Come on. Well, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Here it comes. She's going to get hit. Any minute now. There she goes. Boom. Oh, down they go. Well, that was obvious. How many times have they done that spot in wrestling? Remember Alexa Bliss and Bron did it? Look at Zelina pulling her off. Now Zelina and Liv going at it. I feel like that's going to be a match. Zelina and Liv either later on tonight or next week. Hell yeah, Bron. Here he goes. He's going to run. Oh, look out, Liv. She almost got taken out. Feel like Carlito's going to get eaten here by Strowman. There he goes. I like the overhead camera view there. And Carlito eats the pin. What else is new? Jordan Karg. Appreciate 5 from you. Life update. Bought my first house for my family. Dude, congrats. Moved out of Pittsburgh and back to the woods of Northwest PA. Couldn't be happier. Thanks as always, Greg. Very happy for you, Jordan Karg. Nothing wrong with being out in the woods, man. You're away from everything. Property's cheap. That's great, man. Buying a house is a huge deal. I haven't even done that yet. the woods of Western PA. Right on, man. That's very exciting. Liv Morgan was straddling Dom right there in front of us. Oh, we're going to get a little Ilja Dragunov video package. Let me grab another cold one. Oh, thanks, Nick Steele. That's interesting. Richard Blaze is one of the 3 judges on Next Level Chef with Gordon Ramsay. Like 15 years ago, I was sort of into those shows a little bit because, you know, I've always worked in the restaurants, and my ex-wife at the time did as well. So we had that in common, and she loved those shows, and I would sometimes watch them since she was watching them, but I never really watched them on my own. And then it's been 10 or 12 years since I've given a shit about any of that stuff. And I just remember that one guy, Richard Blaze, was in. So I guess he's still doing stuff to this day. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of the cooking shows and stuff, but I just kind of stopped. But I used to love the original Iron Chef show. Oh, see, there's Ricochet. So I feel like at some point, since Ricochet is kind of involved with Breaker, maybe there's one more match for Breaker just to completely murder him. Okay, so maybe it's going to be a Dragunov and Ricochet kind of match to write Ricochet out of WWE. Jordan Clark, have I ever met Guy like Guy Fieri? No, I don't really like him very much, to be honest. He's a little annoying. But I did like diners, drive-ins, and dives. I like dives. I like small local places known for one or two things that people line up out the door for, that type of shit. I love that stuff. Oh my god, you can wear that visor thing. You know that movie Her, where Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with like the operating system? Like, people are gonna fall in love with those headsets or something. They're gonna create some girl in there. Like, that's probably happening already, right? Why is this trailer whispering? Oh, did Alexa and Orton did that spot from Fastlane as well? I remember like a couple years ago, it was like Alexa and Braun Strowman were kind of doing that thing, and she did a deal where she dove off and he kind of caught her. I think Ruby Soho and Angela Parker did something similar, right, in AEW, and next thing you know, Ruby's pregnant. So that spot usually leads to romance. So if you're having trouble meeting that right person, just get a job with WWE, stand on the outside of the ring for long enough, and a girl should fly into your arms at some point, if you just bide your time. And that should spark whatever you need.
Have you ever seen such a Ladies, we have the meats.
You met Tim Allen a few times. I don't think I like Tim Allen's worldviews too much, but he was always a big favorite in my family because we're all from Michigan, from Detroit, and that fucking show was set in Detroit. He would always wear like the Detroit Lions shirt on Home Improvement. And the second Tool Time girl, Debbie Dunning, is a regular in my restaurant and lives right down the road. I see her all the time.
You're way shorter than I thought you'd be. There's a shirtless selfie of me by the dumbbells. Here I am. I do air drumming. I'm a competitive air drummer. By the way, I forgot my wallet at home, so sugar mama.
Will you excuse me?
The Hyundai Tucson with advanced tech and safety features. There's joy in every journey. Get 2.99% APR for 60 months, plus 500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson and Tucson Hybrid. Hurry in.
Damn, that's crazy. Next 4 SmackDowns are Scotland, Chicago, MSG, and Toronto. Crazy markets. The highest I've ever been was Elizabeth tried to make me watch one of those Minion movies, but I had gotten some like edibles and I ate 2 of them by accident. Like I ate too much, like twice as much as I should have. And I thought I'd be fine. I was not fine. I had no idea what was going on for like 3 or 4 hours. It was pretty funny. Like I don't remember a thing about the movie. I was trying to like watch it and I'm like, I could not. Free to fans. Oh, Iyo. I took care of it. Is Iyo all right? You all right there, kid? Damage control has to change, okay? Fucking temper tantrum by Iyo Sky there. But her whole damn gimmick, like I always laugh so hard at her entrance when she comes to the ring. She's always like, she has these body convulsions. I'm like, she's already half nuts. Mohammed, I do not know why everybody's saying that. Is there some news out that I have not heard of? Ricochet gave his notice to WWE, but I have not read anything about tonight being his last night. As far as I know, he's still got time left on his deal, but I also haven't read any wrestling news today, so maybe tonight is the plan. But I don't think that because we learned the news that he intends on leaving WWE, that means that automatically his last night is tonight. That's not what it means. But then again, there could also be some news that I missed today.
Otis, the vaccine of the Alpha Academy. Very complex situation when it comes to their relationship with the coach, Chad Gable.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome is the best way to describe it all. And Alpha Academy.
All right, Sammy's going to talk first. Sammy, you should shout out the birthday kid there in the hard cam side.
You guys are very nice to me. Thank you very much for that. That was nice. I'm not gonna lie, I could use that right around now because it's been a messed up couple of weeks. And we're 5 days away from me defending my Intercontinental Championship match at Clash at the Castle against Chad Gable.
Joshua, you only thing you smoke is your barbecue. Nothing wrong with that. I'll eat some Texas smoked barbecue. Hell yeah. Bring me a plate.
I don't even know what to call it. But I'm not going to run down a list of every dirty move, every sucker punch, every sneak attack, every manipulation, everything you've done with the Alpha Academy. I am going to put this very bluntly. Saturday, Clash at the Castle, I am going to defeat Chad Gable.
Once and for all?
And I am going to put an end to all of this once and for all. There's no more dealing with this manipulative, abusive psychopath. It's time to go back to work. And work for Sami Zayn is continuing to be...
Oh, okay, good. So tonight is his last night. Okay, see? Thank you, Ryan Adams. I was not aware of that story. But it sounded like that exchange between him and Dragunov sounded like they're setting up like one more match.
Now, after Chad Gable, I don't know if we should be looking too far ahead, Sami.
Chad Gable and these three. Makes no sense why any of the three of them would take his shit for a minute. You suck.
This is typical Sami Zayn. Trying to tear down everything I've built.
Maxine's selling the ankle.
Make himself the
I didn't realize she had the boot on.
superhero in somebody else's story. It's pathetic. The only manipulator here, Sami, is you. Always interjecting yourself into everybody else's business, right? Look, don't worry about the academy. We're good. All right, they trust their master. They trust my method.
They trust their master. I love the junior cadet shirts. It's so funny. It's a junior cadet.
And wait till you see how happy they are when their hero takes your Intercontinental Championship on Saturday.
Are you out of your damn mind? Did you really just say that they're happy? You think they're happy? You think they're happy? Chad, turn around and get a good look. Do they look happy to you?
They look pretty sad to me there, Chad.
Maxine, you're limping around in an ankle brace. Are you feeling happy?
She doesn't look happy.
And what about you? Are you feeling happy, Otis?
Look at Tozawa. He's my favorite.
The truth is, Chad Gable doesn't give a damn about the three of you. He doesn't care if you're happy or not. But you know who does? Every single one of these people. Every single one of these people.
They all care.
The truth is, you guys won't be happy until you leave Chad Gable's sorry ass once and for all.
Hey! You shut the hell up, Sami. Nobody's leaving anybody, all right? Here's what you don't understand. You don't understand that we're a family. And families stick together no matter what.
No matter what, Otis.
And they're going to be with me on Saturday, but tonight...
Okay, good. He said they're going to be with him on Saturday. Saturday is where it's all going to happen.
The version of Otis that doesn't feel bad about anything. The version of Otis that does what I say. That obeys. The most brutal and ruthless version of Otis you've ever seen. And I'm unleashing him
This makes a lot less sense than the Bloodline, because at least with the Bloodline, it was Roman Reigns, top star in the world, longest running champion since Hogan. Being with him, you could understand someone wanting to, or someone putting up with his bullshit. But with Gable, it makes no sense why any of his Alpha Academy members would even put up with this shit for a minute. A lot of merch. I don't even buy merch anymore. We could see Tozawa coming back too. Sami versus Oba Femi at SummerSlam for the International Championship. What the fuck does that even mean? So that means Oba Femi will have to beat Will Ospreay for the International Championship, then bring it to SummerSlam and defend it against Sami. Okay, I'm fine with that. Burn it down, man. Just burn it down. Yeah, I think Becky taking the rest of the year off seems likely. Like a likely thing. Carne. I can't say that. I can't roll my R's. I think Dax Harwood might be injured.
I know there's a lot of people, especially in the Twitter world, that don't really hear from me too much, and that's okay, but I thought this was the best way that I could talk to the fans of AEW and the fans of FTR.
Here's your wireless contract.
Need a lawyer for this? Those were hard days.
Representative.
Now that I got a huge storage and battery upgrade, I'm officially done switching.
New and existing customers get iPhone 15.
Well, he might not be injured. It might be... I don't know what's going on with Dax. But he's looked a little bigger. Like, I joked that he looked like Tomohiro Ishii with that belt that he was wearing. So it looks like he might be taking some time off to heal up physically, heal up mentally. Wish him the best. We like FTR. North Carolina boys.
But don't forget, teeth are just mouth knobs. Arby's, we have the meat.
Arby's, there's no way they're serving you medium rare hamburgers at Arby's.
Twisted Tea fans love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, keep it twisted.
Biggest thing I've learned so far? Don't sweat the small stuff. No. Found it. Finding my light.
I'm so ready to hit the beach, man. It's summertime.
Trying not to overthink things. M&M's for all fun time. No flex. Go.
Ugh, I hate... I never even knew what commercial this was for. Wingstop. But every time I watch Raw, I always hear that stupid song. And I guess it's for Wingstop. I hate it. Drives me crazy. You know what else I really, really, really hate with a passion? Is if you're watching a clip on WWE's YouTube channel from Raw or SmackDown, and at the end of the clip it plays that song. Ugh. We talked about this. Clubbing blows there by Otis. I mean, you'd think that Chad would be instructing him to be as physical and brutal as possible. 6 days away. It's hard to get emotionally invested in this. Like with Sami and the Bloodline, it was way easier, but this is just... That's why it can't go any further than Clash at the Castle. That's why whatever they're doing... I mean, we know what they're doing. Alpha Academy is eventually going to get sick of Chad Gable, and I'm hoping that leads to Gable forming an alliance with the Creeds, but you got to end this first, and I can't see this dragging on any further than Clash because, oh, there's the haluva kick. That's going to be ball game. And Sami beats Otis. And now Gable's going to attack. Who could yell at Maxine like that? I couldn't. Now, Otis lost with the haluva kick. Now Gable's going to make Otis finish off Sami, I guess. Come on, Sami. He's going to move, and Otis is going to nail Gable here. You got to give the American crowd this pop, too. Nope. I was hoping he would move and Otis would nail Gable. Oh, another slap. God, it's just a high slap, too. Jesus. Like a temple slap. Psh. Another slap. Well, maybe this is going to happen right now. Maybe it's not going to be Clash at the Castle. This is not at the top of the hour segment, so I don't think we're going to do the big turn here, but we might. Yeah, Chiro, how are you? Good to see you. Oh. Ouch. It looked like Otis might have been charging Gable there, and then he moved and hit Sami, and then Otis was like, well, I guess I'll just beat him up. It's tearing off the shirt. I feel like it's just a tease. I feel like the real implosion will either happen at Clash at Castle or will begin at Clash at the Castle and then end 1 week from tonight on Raw. I mean, if Gable is so fearful of Otis, the only way any of this crap would make sense with the Alpha Academy is if Gable had some leverage on them, if he had something on them that was forcing them to do his bidding. Otherwise, it does not make any sense for 3 mid-carders to be at the mercy of another mid-carder. He's still looking for truth. He went that way, but a long time ago. Oh. R-Truth went to go see a fortune teller, and she informed him that they defend their pizza titles tonight. It's our destiny, man. They're going to fight the APA. Don't be scared of the APA. So far tonight, R-Truth has seen a fortune teller, preparing for a match against the APA, and seeing unicorns. Oh, that's who it was. Scarlett read his fortune. Call me now for your free reading. I played poker with tarot cards. I got a full house and 4 people died. Truth in the Miz. It's harder to adore Truth, which is with as much energy as I've always adored him with, after I saw a couple of comments he made about Vince McMahon that indicated that he kind of supports him. And it's kind of a turnoff. Oh, Jade, here you are. It's like a sexy glacier. It's like Glacier, only, you know, good, who people want to see and excites us. What a team these two are. I love the light highlights in Bianca's hair. That is my favorite. She even has it weaved into the braid. That's awesome. Yeah, they don't really have Denny down bad. They don't have like a merged theme, so Jade's been coming out first, followed by Bianca. Hey, buddy, what's up? Tito was briefly here.
Peanut butter M&M's minis are also comforting and fun to pop.
Poppable peanut butter M&M's minis.
Did you know there's a way to cut your dishwashing time by 50%? Try Dawn Power Wash.
Yeah, I don't know why Scarlett isn't at least wrestling a little bit. I don't know what she would offer like on the main roster. I mean, I think she's great with Cross. Their pairing is great. I kind of like her more as a character, more than a wrestler. But I also think that she could totally get in the ring from time to time and work a little bit. But splitting her off and making her own character, maybe. I do like, though, it feels like they might be on the verge of turning Woods or doing something there, which is good because I voiced my concerns with just having New Day just tread water for the next 5 years like they've been doing for the last 5 years. And I just think you should do something else.
My dream is to become a video game developer. My dream is to get my online college degree. Unfortunately, federal funding for the Affordable Connectivity Program is ending. That's why Spectrum designed affordable internet and mobile solutions to keep you connected. We are committed to delivering reliable, affordable internet and unlimited mobile to keep you connected to what matters most to you. Business can happen virtually anywhere, but there's nothing like being there. At National, you can skip the counter and choose any car in the aisle.
Oh, that's right. It was Moss and Emma, and they lost to them? Damn. I'm glad you remember this shit, Ryan, because I sure as hell don't. I just know that Cross, when he was in NXT, I was all about him. And he was just an instant fail on the main roster and just has not recovered.
I can't imagine doing a race like this with somebody else. We're cold and wet and we have no food.
I'm gonna keep going until I can't. Turbo in 500,000.
Race to Survive New Zealand. New episode tonight at 11 on USA.
You know, Pat, during NXT Battleground last night, our WWE champion over on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes, sent out a very
Yeah, Cody might dash down to Florida, it says there. Because, I mean, think about NXT right now. Okay, so Cody is going to be there tomorrow. So a lot of AEW talent is there. She's a Michigan State gymnast. Wow. And signed in 2022? Damn, won the title already? Yeah, now last week, Jay kind of declared for the Money in the Bank, but earlier on, they were announcing that qualifying matches are going to begin next week. So we'll see if Jay gets just in, or if he's got to qualify first. I'd make him qualify first, just have him win a match. Gives him a victory on TV. Noticing an alarming trend with Jey Uso, and since this entrance has gotten so over, it's triggered the fans' automated response to start turning on said wrestler. They always do this. So now all of a sudden, oh, he's just all entrance. It's becoming bigger than him. And I'm like, are we really criticizing WWE for capitalizing on something that they see that works really, really well? Now, WWE does have a tendency to beat shit to death. But with Jay's entrance, you know, fans are into that. Just why not run with it, you know? Why can't he be both? Why can't he be a good wrestler with compelling storylines and an intriguing, you know, personality and character and have a great entrance? Why is it, well, now that he has a great entrance, nothing else about him matters? It's just a weird narrative that's going around. And it seems like shit like that always, it's just kind of code written into their DNA to be that way. I don't know why. So I'm not too worried about Jay yet. I'm not a huge fan of the yeet thing, or even the yeet glasses for that matter, but having this super over entrance added to a wrestler who's been working real hard for the past 3 or 4 years to get over as a main eventer. He's had some big-time main event matches, been a part of big storylines and big matches in the WWE in the last 3 to 5 years. So I think fans are being a little irrational with Jay, to be honest. Look at that. I love the outfits on Bianca and Jade. They are crazy. Oh, yeah, you too. I hate these names. They're so awful. Isla Dawn, Alba Fire. Melba Toast. That's your name. Our home crowd. I can't do that.
Tonight we take care of Zoe and Shayna, who, if it wasn't for us, would have been beaten and banished by the tag champs last week. So you're welcome, girls. And tonight is just
Okay. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Alba and Melba, you can go to the ring now. I'm done. Okay, okay, go. Some of these characters, I just can't, y'all. Pat McAfee's like me. All right, we'll see about that. What has she got? What's the stick for? Did she steal that from Papa Shango? She stole Papa Shango's stick, y'all. My list for 2025 Hall of Fame. Headliner, Mordecai, Man Mountain Rock, Mantar, Friar Ferguson, and Well Done, the tag team Well Done. That would be my class of 2025 if it was up to me. Oh, Alba's a great wrestler. What was her name before? It was now I forgot. Not Katie Vick. Kaylee Ray, Kaylee something. She was great. But these names, man. God. They're so awful. Some wrestlers are cool. They get to keep their own shit and be called their regular names. And then other times they're like, let's just come up with the stupidest. Alba Fire. Give me a break. Kaylee Ray. Yeah. Why not just Kaylee Ray? The fuck's wrong with that? At least that's normal and it's probably has some semblance of a real name in there. So for those tuning in, it is the two challengers to Bianca and Jade's title at Clash at the Castle, and this is the epitome of a match that the outcome does not matter. Does not matter who wins this match because neither team is beating Jade or Bianca for the title. Boys and girls, this is what you call filler. Although at least it does have pay-per-view build. Oh, that's a good little swanton. And I think individually I do like them all. I'm a little less familiar with Isla Dawn, but I remember Kaylee Ray a lot. And I've always liked Zoe. And I've always liked Shayna. Shayna and Zoe, can't even say it. I think should be a team like Shayna and Sonya was, like a team that could just murder everybody. I guess that's what Jade and Bianca's doing right now, but I feel like Shayna and Zoe should be way more credible than they are. I mean, Shayna and Ronda should have been like that too. They should have been way more dominant, I always thought. Yeah, I don't know how. I'm curious how WWE intends on getting the belts off of Bianca and Jade when it's time. Because I don't know if you're going to be able to find a team that's going to be formidable enough to just straight up beat them. You might have to tie in the split to them losing. And in that case, they could lose to technically anybody if it's more about them and their inability to maybe get along. Maybe one of them starts changing a little bit, or we'll watch it Clash at Castle. All right, Karafuda clutch knocks out Melba Toast. But what I would do if I was Triple H, I would have like one little miscommunication spot in the match at Clash of the Castle. Like maybe Jade accidentally hits Bianca with a pump kick or something like that. And it's all good. They don't even acknowledge it barely. They still celebrate after their victory. No problem, no whatever. But it's just a little seed. You know, and then it's just this, one of them slowly starts developing animosity towards the other. And then you go from there, I guess. But they're both pretty over. They're both baby faces. One of them is going to have to go heel in that situation. And I've been calling for a Bianca Belair heel turn for a long time. So maybe this is when it happens. We talked about Bron Breakker a lot and his stupid name over the past couple of days, but one thing that we have been hearing, that reportedly WWE is very, very happy and impressed with his performance so far on the main roster, and they intend to fast-track him to the top of the card and perhaps even altering already in place creative plans to make room for him. You know, if that report from PW Insider is true, and tonight is in fact Ricochet's last match, or last night, I would have Breaker beat Dragunov and then call out Ricochet. This, it sounds like Symphony of Destruction to me. Just a faster version. A lot of people have complained about Bron's theme. I don't hate it. I do not like Def Rebel at all. They suck. But this song isn't that offensive to me. They have way more offensive songs than this one. I don't mind it.
Way beyond an accident.
Two people went out, only one came back.
What she went through is horrendous.
Deadly Waters with Captain Lee. Saturdays at 9. Only on Oxygen True Crime.
Perfect day for a family out.
Shingles doesn't care. But Shingrix...
Yeah, so I was trying to put that thought, like if
50 years and older. Shingrix does not protect everyone. It's not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients or to a previous dose. An increased risk of Guillain-Barré...
looks like we briefly paused there for a second, but I think we're all right. Just briefly. I don't even know if y'all experienced an interruption, but it warned me that we might have just had one. Sorry about that. I'm at the mercy of this stuff. Great internet, great computer, great software, great everything. But sometimes we just get cut off. That's a good idea, too. You know, you put Jade or Bianca, one of them winning Money in the Bank, then that would also be another potential wedge in the team, you know? Chink in the armor.
T-Mobile savings, take one. Guys, focus. Here's the line. At T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits, and you can still save versus the other guys. Focus. Hello, T-Mobile. Okay, stop. Just say it like this. At T-Mobile, you can save on every plan, and you can save benefits with Magenta Status. Magenta Status.
I should buy the My Hut deal from Pizza Hut. Maybe. I'm not a big pizza fan, but at least it has like wings or whatever it had on the side. Hut box. It's my Hut box. Just sounds like something that would smell. I don't know why. Some words just don't sound good. Hut box. I don't like the words moist or yogurt. They just sound like gross words. Ryan Adams, no, I will not be doing a watch-along for The Clash. It's a little early for me to be on camera at 11 a.m. I could, but I'm not really that focused at that hour. So, because I stay up so late and I work nights, that type of thing. So I'm trying to figure out that day. I'm probably going to do a review, but I have plans that night. My homie, my sister from another mister is here. And so I'll be hanging out with them on Saturday, but if that's not till later, I'll have time to bust out a review. But if I'm not available on Saturday, what I'm going to do is on Sunday, we'll come up here in the afternoon, review Clash, then we'll be back for the watch-along. I'll figure this out in the next 48 hours and post links on the channel. So stay tuned. Anybody who didn't catch our long podcast, nearly 3-hour podcast on Saturday, you can check that out. It's available now. Saturday night's Greg event. We went live after Collision and got into a lot of news, including the Ricochet stuff. Watched Battleground last night together. It was a hoot. Oh, yeah, it could be Tiffany. A lot of people want to see Tiffany win. I mean, I feel like with Tiffany, too, that would be the next logical step with her. So Breaker had to have that intense entrance, and then he had to have the long pause. Oh, yeah, Father's Day is Sunday. I have not forgotten. Oh, I didn't realize he's from Moscow. Damn.
When you're a fan of NXT, you know that these guys have had a storied rivalry back in 2022, 2023. These two men ruled.
It's got to be crazy growing up there your whole life and then moving here. What a difference.
Here's an interesting stat now. These two men, two of the three people to have beaten Gunther since he arrived in WWE.
His music is a trip. I feel like Breaker's just going to attack him here. Oh, man, sorry to hear that. All sports are scripted. Rest in peace to your dad. My dad's death was rough, too. He died on his 75th birthday. It's hard. Oh. What does this trunk say? Better, meaner than evil. Okay. I mean, this is a pretty big match to do on Raw here, so I was kind of looking forward to this one. But based on everything we heard about Bron over the weekend, I mean, I just assume he's going to beat Dragunov here, but he's not really that easily beatable. You don't just squash him. You don't just beat him in a 4-minute TV match. I'm pretty sure Dragunov could kick out of a gunshot wound to the head. He'd still kick out. He might still lose the match, but he'd fucking kick out of that. So Bron can win this, that's fine, but this better not be too quick. You agree with Solemn Monster Money in the Bank is tailor-made for Tiffany Stratton? It is. She'd be great. Her with that briefcase, she's the perfect type of wrestler. You know, I've always talked about that, you know, especially with heels. There's certain type of people you envision with the briefcase and like, oh, they'd be phenomenal. Tiffany's certainly fits that bill. If it's her, no arguments for me. Yeah, Angie decided like 2.5 hours before Raw went live. I wasn't really feeling a review tonight. I wasn't even sure if the show was really going to be reviewable or worth me sitting here writing down 3 hours of notes and then coming up and talking about it. And I'm like, but I still wanted to come up and do something. So I was like, let's kick it to old school and do a watch along. Haven't done one of these in a while. And I think on any of the weeks that I'm not feeling a review or I just don't feel like the show is going to be really worth getting into deeply, we might just come up and watch it. But anytime we have title matches or, you know, it's a big go-home show. I mean, I know technically tonight's a go-home show, but, you know, before SummerSlam or something like that where more's going on, I'll definitely be doing those reviews. But I want the watch-alongs to be an option now on Monday, just in case, you know? So I kind of had that idea today. For my time, 1 o'clock, Raw starts at 5. So around 1 o'clock, 1:30 is when I was like, I think I'm going to do a watch-along tonight. But I still have a bunch of stuff to do. I still got to go to the store. I still have to make a thumbnail, an overlay, all this stuff. Got to post the link. Got to do all this crap. I was like, but I think I want to do it. I think I want to do a watch-along tonight. So I got it all done. I'm a very efficient worker.
You don't just want a cold one. You want the coldest. The cold lager.
All right, am I blocked from Vince Russo? I don't think so. I might have blocked him, though. I don't see Russo's shit. He's at least muted or blocked. I'm done with the social media nonsense. Just fucking so over it. I'm done. I'm just Even I went through and like unfollowed like 50 people. I just kind of looked at their timeline. I'm like, no, no, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with you. This is bullshit. You guys are all fucking crazy. I'm not putting up with any bullshit or negativity or obsession. Obsession is a big one, especially with the bad faith haters and the tribals and all that stuff, and people obsessed with Tony Khan and 4.5 mile long timeline just hate tweeting him. I'm like, do you have a life? Anything else in the world you could be doing other than this? Something productive? So I'm like, you know what? I'm just done. Cleansing out those people. Even if you've been a loyal listener on the channel or something, I don't care. If you're like that, I don't want you around. I'm just over it. No more bullshit. I'm too old. I'm too old, man. What do I think of Chili's closing down? Is it? Chili's the franchise? I got offered a job there once. I did not take it. I don't know. I haven't been to Chili's in probably... Well, no. I've probably been to a Chili's or two in an airport. But actually visiting an actual Chili's location, probably 15 years, 12 years, maybe. That's a shame. I had nothing against Chili's. If you just wanted something simple to eat, go in, have some drinks with some friends or something, it's perfect. Not everything needs to be super fancy. There's nothing wrong with their food. It's perfectly fine. That's a shame.
This is too good. Cookie inside a candy bar? It's like a cookie in disguise.
Joshua, you are really into seeing Bron doing these moves. I don't want to see him do the shooting star press. I just want to see him try. Because I don't think he'll be successful. But watching him try to do it, that's entertainment. You can record it, rewind it, watch it back, popcorn, the whole deal. Watching Bron fall on his ass. AGT, an all-new AGT this Sunday. I've never watched America's Got Talent. Not one episode. Never seen 1 minute of it. Never watched American Idol. Never watched the one where they sing. Never watched anything. There's our long camera shots that we've been getting. And like I said, all this stuff is awesome and new and fresh, and it's nice. Feels good to see this stuff, but this new production regime, post Kevin Dunn, is going to have the things they like to do too. And after a couple years go by, it's not going to feel as fresh anymore. But anything is better than Kevin Dunn. And what we've seen from then since Kevin Dunn, it was Bron's bleeding. No, he's not bleeding. That's his, that's his spray tan is leaking. Looked like he had a bloody nose. Oh, that's bad. Those are bad elbows. But all these new changes we've seen, it almost makes you mad that Kevin Dunn didn't leave sooner. That we had to put up with that crap for as long as we did. Think about where the business would be and what it would look like right now. There might not even be an AEW if all of the Vince McMahon stuff, the scandal, the WWE sale, merger with UFC, formation of TKO, Triple H taking over as head of creative. What if all of that would have happened in 2017? I mean, think about where we'd be. Things would be pretty good in WWE. They'd be the monopoly still, so that wouldn't be good. So I'm glad AEW is here for sure. But they might not have gotten going. They might not have had the talent availability that they found with the Danielsons and the Punks and the Adam Coles and everybody that was jumping. Oh, that was a shaky camera shot there. I couldn't tell if that was a drop kick. All right, so this is a pretty good competitive match here. That's good. I like Bron's intensity, but if there's one guy I don't want to see him saw in half and beat in 6 seconds, it's Ilja Dragunov. Fucking Constantine special. I mean, Dragunov has got that Benoit intensity where he looks like he beats himself cross-eyed in every match, you know? You know who I always liked that I really wanted to get on the map, and maybe a spot on the card that Dragunov is in right now, is Timothy Thatcher. I always really liked him. Come on. He is... That waist lock is low on that German. There you go. Yeah, I like how Pat's like, imagine throwing Bron Breakker around 3 times. Look at that. Look at that strength. Oh, god damn. Ouch, 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 ouch. That's concussion. Bron landed right. Watch this replay. Watch. Watch Bron's ass. He landed right on his fucking head, man. He should be fucking dead, y'all. What happened here was a miracle, and I want you to acknowledge it. God. What does Bron go? What is Bron, like 265? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, that's WWE's golden goose there. Do not break his neck, Dragunov. You might be in the doghouse. The Creed brothers hit that botch on Damian Priest, and they haven't been fucking used since. Or barely used. If you wish, JJ. See you later. It's a miracle. What's up, buddy? Is he going to go for coast to coast? Did he hit it? They pulled away. They had the wide shot going, and then they moved it. It felt like he undershot it. But he basically coast to coast drop kicked Bron's arm.
That was money, money, money from Ilja Dragunov. The senton, I thought he was going to put Bron Breakker away. And a senton caught by Dragunov, but somehow Breakker kicked out.
This crowd is bad. Well, it's Toledo. How happy can you be?
Very competitive matchup here tonight. Now pounding elbows to the back of Breakker.
The back of Breakker. Oh, good God. Steiner line. They reference the Steiner stuff. You say Steiner line. They say Frankensteiner. Why is he so against his name being Steiner? Fucking stupid. Oh. Feel like you would want to do something for the family name. Put a world title in the family. Oh, God. What does he call that? The H-bomb, right? That is such a gnarly move. God. This is awesome. Chance in Toledo. All right. Yeah, now they're waking up. I think they heard you there, Green Pea. Oh, that is so sick. I wish my, oh my God. I wish 17-year-old Greg could be watching this right now. I'd be shitting myself. This is what's in my future? Damn. Boy, this new crop isn't playing games. I don't know who they are, but I would have been amazed. No, I don't even think it's because of Rick's comments on Giselle. I don't even think it's because of that. He was Bron Breakker before that. That situation probably doesn't help matters, but... Oh. As much as I hated Rick Steiner for those comments and what a fucking idiot he is, I'm still very much against the Bron Breakker name, so I can handle him being Steiner. It's not enough. His dad's stupidity isn't enough to make me not... Ugh. We might just get a count out, double count out. I'd be fine with that. Jesus. Oh, jeez. He has such quick acceleration in a short amount of space. He can hit a spear that looks full speed from only 4 feet away. It's just crazy. He's like a Tesla when the light turns green. Ugh. If you got hit with an H-bomb, you'd do a whole ass Tom and Jerry death scream. I don't know if you could. The wind's going to be knocked out of you. It'd be knocked out of me. I'd be screaming, but you just wouldn't hear anything. I just went, I can't fucking breathe. Help me. Call 911 now. Quickly. Dragunov, come on, boy, get up. He'll get in. He'll get in. Oh, shit. Breaker's going to kill him here. And beats. Well, like I said earlier, I think you should get on the mic right now and call out Ricochet. Hey, I want you next. Yeah, I'm beaten up. I just got brutalized by Dragunov, but I still want you. And have Ricochet come out and just squash him in 5 seconds. All right, well, I guess if this is Ricochet's last night, then I guess that's a little segment backstage with him and Dragunov. Or what's Bron Breakker looking at? Oh, he's going to spear him through the barricade. Oh, there's Ricochet. Speak of the devil. See, this doesn't look like a guy whose last night is tonight. You know what I mean? Like, unless Breaker's got to come back and murder Ricochet here, or he murders him after the commercial break. See, Ricochet's calling him back. So maybe we're going to get that impromptu match I said. No, maybe not. Okay. Doesn't seem like that's not the way Ricochet would, like, end his run in the company. Bron Breakker is going to have to do something to him before this is all over. Oh, there's the key. It's back. Who had the key? Did they say? Come on, Judgment Day. All for one. Yeah, let's get back to Judgment Day business, guys. I feel like I should be in the Judgment Day. I feel like I'm in the room with them. Let's do it. Yeah, Carlito, he got the fist bump too. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot we have the tag team title match too. Oh, tell me Miz isn't wearing those things. I don't know if I want to put one of those things on. Oh, he's not. He might not be. He's wearing regular sunglasses. Maybe. I can't tell. I want to show our 2012 selves. Or 2011 Survivor Series time selves. This shit right here. Wish there was a way to do that. What great YouTube content that would make. If we could go back in time, find ourselves from 2011, say, hey, Truth and Miz, see what they're doing? Here's what they're going to do 13 years from now. All Pro Sports, welcome back to the family, courtesy of the Juliet. Juliet, thanks for always doing that. You are the best.
The whole mindset of ECW was to revolutionize professional wrestling. It was us against the world.
Are they showing an ECW DVD? Oh, no, they're not. Oh. Who is it? Is it Heyman? The next biography is either on Heyman or ECW.
In the world is coming. The Olympic Games in Paris. But first, the best American athletes have to make.
Yeah, Raw hasn't been bad. Let's go home to the Clash, so they're setting the final table here. Main event is going to be Balor and Drew. If Drew wins, then the rest of Judgment Day is banned from the match at Clash at the Castle. I have a feeling he will win. You go in there with all the confidence that it's going to be one-on-one, and then Punk will come and fuck him. That would be pretty funny.
All those clubs do is sit around talking about motorcycles. That's what we do.
Ready? Let's go. I like you guys. You're in.
There is no biography this week, but I did watch the Ricky the Dragon Steamboat one from a couple weeks ago. That was very good. I was surprised it was a 2-hour episode. But I kept laughing because I always wanted to hear, kind of his version of, why he was back and forth so many times. And I remember the initial, losing to Honky and all that, but I wasn't sure about why he bounced back and forth a couple more times after that. The Bike Riders. I'm not going to see that song or see that movie. Joshua, would I ever do The Amazing Race? Probably not, because I don't really know what it is. Never watched that either. I swear, the only TV I watch is wrestling. I don't watch the news. I watch some sports too, but I don't watch the news. I don't watch any shows. Okay, thanks, Ronnie. So it's ECW, not Heyman. That's cool. That'll be a good one. I mean, I don't know how old now. It feels like it's got to be coming on 20 years old, that Rise and Fall of ECW DVD that was done all those years ago.
Hand by hand, Takes a little longer, but
ingredients and keep it simple, and that's big time. Most of the places, you know, they just get a box.
That was one of the few DVDs that the Rise and Fall of ECW one that I felt like didn't fall victim to, you know, kind of WWE revisionist history stuff, because all the people that were there for that were participating in the DVD, and it felt like they were giving them a little bit more leeway with the cursing. I know they had one ECW producer on there that was just routinely saying the F word on the DVD several times. And I think they were relatively honest with everything, because there's nothing really to polish up. You know how like WWE likes to kind of tilt things in their favor. There was no real reason to do that with that particular documentary. So I think it's one of the more authentic DVDs WWE's done. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of their version of everything. All right, so I love that we're going to get a SmackDown in Glasgow on Friday. I got to look at that again. That's wrong. What does this say? Okay, Glasgow. Is that right? Oh, okay. That was that graphic showing the times of SmackDown and Clash for Friday and Saturday. I'm like, what am I looking at here? It confused me for a minute.
You know what I'm saying? Zucko better be sleeping one eye open. He's got the motor and fire of all receipts in this round. He says he wants to win Money in the Bank. So I'm going to win Money in the Bank, and I'm going to smash Kaiser's face in. How about that for two for you? Love everything about it. Just, you know, when the Money in the Bank got the World Heavyweight Champion, so unlike everything else, you're actually going to give the heads up for the cash, you know?
That's cute. Sheamus wants to be in Money in the Bank, and Drew's like, well, if you win it, I'm going to be champion, so since you're a real man, give me a heads up before you cash it in. A lot of smiles on that one. Michael Cole. Clash at the Castle is brought to you by Gin and Juice. It's named after Snoop's iconic song, Gin and Juice. White people gonna white. You know how we can be. Yes, let's definitely head back to Kathy Kelly. Hi. Look at Ellering. I love how the authors of Pain are just randomly back after being gone for, what, 4 years or 5 years?
And maybe, just maybe, when we do that, Xavier will realize he belongs here with us instead of Kofi.
I mean, I hope this honestly ends with Xavier joining these guys. Like, why else do all this? I love that their motivation for getting Woods to join them, though, is to convince him that Kofi can't be trusted. They've been bros for, like, over a decade. Kofi's been the most trusted wrestler. He's the only one not to turn 16 times. He's the only one never to turn his back on a partner, or attack a partner, or turn heel, or screw somebody over. He's literally the only guy on the roster to not do that. And they're acting like he can't be trusted. These guys are idiots. What are they, MAGA? See, look. Woods. I mean, I kind of think it would be cool if Woods got caught on their web. Might as well try it. You know, this Final Testament faction isn't really doing a whole lot for any of us. I mean, the New Day's been a shell ever since Big E got hurt. But, I mean, if you did do a turn here with one of these members, I mean, it might be time. Otherwise, they're going to blink, and it's going to be time for both these guys to retire. And they're like, shit, we just spent the last 8 years treading water. We could have done one more thing. Paul Ellering, I don't know how old he is. He's definitely in his 70s, I feel like. He's got to be. Jesus. He wrestled in the 70s. Get it, Samantha. Challengers. That ring is bouncing. Did she announce them as the champs, or did she forget? I think she did. Yeah, there was no kind of 8K effect there, was there? Yeah. The fact that Paul Ellering is only 70 is wild to me. He feels like he should be in his late 70s. All right, commercial probably right. Yeah, Final Testament. I wasn't sure too about that at first. I'm like, well, if you put them with AOP, or if you put Cross and Scarlett, then you're gonna have Hellering and Scarlett, and there's no rule against having two people out there. It's just, and they're very different, so they could make it work, I suppose. But now Cross kind of being in that role as well. Now you got 3 of them out there. It's a tag team with 3 managers, and you still can't win matches. I know, yeah, I know me. I know about hockey. I'm a big Red Wings fan. I don't follow current hockey. I know it's Edmonton and Florida and the Stanley, but I don't know the current crop of players. But I had a fair knowledge of hockey all the way up until like 2010-ish or something. Ah, happy birthday to Daddy Cuomo, 71. Oh, Finn did take the key card? Oh, good. Maybe he's going to show up there and give Liv a piece of his business. Finn was slaying it in his first couple of years there. Kathy Kelly, come on. I wouldn't have let that one end.
Choose between Reese's Legendary Cup and the new metal shape. It's like trying to pick between Alex Morgan and Sophia Smith.
Alex Morgan and Sophia Smith don't know who they are.
Actually, we get both Reese's. I always knew I wanted to pursue a career in music. And throughout that
Yeah, it's Olympic time again. Why? Remember we were talking about this on the last watch along? You know how Kurt Angle always had his medals, plural. But didn't he win an Olympic gold medal Singular? So why did he always have medals? Why was it my Olympic gold medals? I thought he only won 1 gold medal. So where'd the other one come from? Pull it out of his ass? If only Finn is going to release the demon. Liv better be ready. Oh, your dad's name is Chris Cuomo. Oh, that's funny. Is that the name of the news guy and the governor? Is it Chris and Mike? Do you and your dad have that name? Both the names? That's crazy. Maybe you are them. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with AOP winning the titles here, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to happen. This match was announced during the show. Scarlett told his fortune. It is crazy that R-Truth is older than Rey Mysterio. Oh, there's Scarlett. She's not having it. Up. Oh, man. Cross-tripped them both. Kofi. Oh. Dives into... And Woods. That might be enough for you. Yep, there's Truth with the belt. Boom. Oh, no sold it. Come on, Miz is going to low blow him here. Oh, no. And roll him up. Oh. Miz gets the win with a roll up. Fucking Authors of Pain are dead. Dead in the water. So much for driving a wedge. Doesn't look like... Oh, see, here's Ricochet. Maybe this is going to be it. I feel like if Ricochet's leaving, something else has got to happen here. We got a Ricochet and Bron Breakker brawl here. Are they going to do a spot here where he spears him into something? Like, do they have something set up to literally spear him out of the WWE? Remember when they stuck the WCW thing on Mini Brett's butt? Throw him in a car and stick an AEW sticker on it. Uh-oh. Oh! God. Damn. Damn, that was a bump. I mean, that's concrete. That's not like any padding at all. He flat back bumped on that concrete. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, well, this is... Oh, my God, what the fuck? Do you want to take a bump like this on your last night? We need medical. I still feel like there's got to be a match or something. Like, that can't just be it. Michael, I kind of still think we're going to get it. I'm not sure about this report that tonight is his last night. I don't know why that would be the case. Even if he gave his notice, get another match or two out of him, job him out. I'd at least have Bron Breakker squash him or something. But now they just injured him pretty badly. Rey Mysterio lawn darted him like Nash into the trailer. And then he hit and came back, and he literally flat back bump. I can rewind that, right? Yeah. It's commercial right now. I'm going to rewind this a little bit and see that bump again. Watch this. I mean, goddamn. That's rough. That's super rough. Oh, we're all crooked. There we go. Get us back. I love that. Oh, God. Here, I'm going to go back to live now. I'll give that a refresh. There we go. Oh, man, it put me back on the... Oh, we got Florida up 2-1 in the third. In the Stanley Cup, Florida's leads 1-0 in the series. Okay. Back to the USA Network. There we go. We back. Oh, it's that stupid Wingstop commercial again. My favorite. My favorite. Real glass. That was definitely real glass. That might be the end for old Ricochet in WWE. Shit, my camera's moving around. Whenever I move my camera, I always regret it. There we go. That is kind of funny how they used real glass to get Ricochet into AEW.
Go to upstart.com. Does a physical or mental health condition keep you from working? Do you need help applying for disability benefits? Or have you already been denied disability? Call Disability Help today. Get the Social Security disability benefits you deserve. Get connected with disability representatives nationwide without leaving your home. Social Security disability cases are time sensitive. Don't wait and call the number on your screen now.
I don't know, that concrete, man, I hope it was cushioned, but I don't think it was that cushioned. You had the trailers sitting on those. It's not going to be level and sturdy if it sinks in. I don't even think it was that rubbery type of substance. That was like full-blown concrete. Ricochet going away in an amber lamps. When I lived in the South, in North Carolina, it was always ambulance with emphasis on the lance. Ambulance. Got to call the ambulance. I'm like, all right. Yeah, he did more damage, all right. I would have had Breakker just get on the mic, call out Ricochet, have an impromptu match, squash him. But instead, this shit. God. Oh, God. No, poor Samantha. Oh. Oh, now they're... oh, look at her crying. Samantha doing her job. This is an interesting way to do it, you know? I was under the assumption that Ricochet would still be around for a little while. They'd probably just use him on TV a couple times, job him out, have him lose a little bit, and he'd be gone. But they're doing a full-blown storyline to write him off. See if they give any hints. If they say something little. All right, so they did the whole deal, like show Ricochet being carted off in the ambulance, Samantha Irvin going with him, taking him to the hospital. I'm not convinced that he's gone yet. I think he resurfaces, attacks Braun Breaker in a couple weeks or something, and then they do a match, and then he's gone. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know who's going to announce without Samantha, but I don't think that means she's leaving too. They might not even have anybody do the announcing. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting way to do it. I'm surprised that they didn't just have him go out with a whimper. Like, oh, Pat McAfee's going to do the announcing. That's awesome. That's perfect. A big, handsome bastard from Scotland. I don't know why, but I really like the Psycho Sid armband on Drew. Just, I like the addition. I mean, I know he's doing it, I think, for the injury, but I kind of hope he sticks with it. First time ever SmackDown in Glasgow. So there will be spoilers out for that, I assume, I guess on Thursday evening for us. Or early Friday morning. Pat's got a decent moonsault, doesn't he? That match or matches he had with Adam Cole were good. Think of the luck WWE's had with Pat McAfee, Bad Bunny, and Logan Paul. How entertaining they all were when you put them in the ring. This Orbit's gum commercial with this fella dancing is hilarious.
Pizza Hut just changed the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Starting $6.99, it's the ultimate solo meal. Get a personal pan pizza or melt and your favorite side. Combo like you never comboed.
Disgusting boneless wings, frozen ass shit in your freezer for 9 months. Covered them in sauce. I'll make you the best chicken nuggets. Get some nice, good quality chicken breast. Pound it a little bit to get it tender. Dice them up in nugget pieces. Soak them in buttermilk for a couple of hours. And then dredge them in Ritz crackers. And then deep fry them to a golden brown. They will resemble Chick-fil-A nuggets, but taste better. Dip them in any sauce you want.
Jake.
What's up, everyone?
What is all over your feet?
Your flowers. I study botany.
Wrestling dad face back there likes plants too.
Grab some pruners.
Let's prove this.
This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear is so soft and so smooth. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better for a smooth.
Yeah, none of us might like Logan Paul, but wrestling fit him like a glove.
Nestled in brown sugar sauce with a smoky hint of bacon.
We're gonna need like a zillion of those.
Zillion it is.
That baked bean commercial with Peyton Manning doing the giving him one little bean. That was funny.
Get flying cars. This is it. We're at the pinnacle. And meet Reese's distant but delicious cousins.
All right, well, I certainly don't expect, I mean, unless he's going to win the title, for McIntyre to actually lose here, even if there's a lot of Judgment Day interference, even if Priest comes in the ring and hits his finisher, which that could happen. If that happens, that'll be a pretty big indication to me that McIntyre's actually going to win the title. But I'm starting to think the way the storylines are going to go into SummerSlam, that McIntyre's going to somehow not win at Clash at the Castle. And if they're about to have a match here that he wins, beating Balor, eliminating Judgment Day from the equation, feels like CM Punk might have to come make something happen there in Scotland. But I'm not sure if he'd make the trip. I feel like it would get spoiled or leaked, or we'd know he was there. What is that behind MSG? Is that like a giant phone?
WWE champion Cody Rhodes just a few days from his defense at Clash at the Castle visits NXT and some old friends live.
Yeah, Cody. There's probably going to be a Cody Rhodes and Ethan Page segment.
Saturday. Cody Rhodes in an I Quit match with AJ Styles. You win the match, but you incapacitate your opponent. They cannot take it to their
That's going to be a good one.
That's for the WWE Championship. Also, triple threat match for the women's tag titles. Bianca and Jade defending against Shayna, Zoe, Alma, and Ilja as they go home to Scotland. Chad Gable, big opportunity.
Yeah, Amato, I'll hook you up. Although it's not that complicated. It's exactly what I just said. Dice up your chicken into chunks, soak them in buttermilk for a few hours, and then grind up either in a blender or with your hands a bunch of Ritz crackers, and then toss the tenders in the breading, and then just deep fry them right in a pot. Medium-high heat. And dip them in sauce. It's delicious. Mwah.
For the World Heavyweight title. Clash at the Castle Saturday, 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And McIntyre in this match tonight can really turn the odds maybe in his favor. From Saturday, he meets Finn Balor. Judgment Day will be barred from ringside at Clash at the Castle.
Ha! What's up, Ajax Johnson? You oversaw. It's okay. I gave nobody any notice that I was going to do a watch along tonight. I decided very, very late in the day. I was like, I don't know if Raw is going to be worth reviewing tonight. I'm like, let's do a watch along. So I scrambled and threw one together. Nick of time. Yeah, the breading on that will have a consistency just like if you ever had a Chick-fil-A chicken nugget. It's just like that, except better.
With 0% body fat on a 225 pound frame.
Pat McAfee announcing Drew is handsome. The body mass index of Finn Balor. Yeah, Finn Balor definitely does not look like somebody who has ever had a sugar or a fat or a gluten. I think he just eats lettuce and drinks water.
So here are the stakes. A win for McIntyre, Balor, JD, Don, Carlito, none of those guys can get involved. The Priest and McIntyre's match comes Saturday at Clash at the Castle. And then Drew McIntyre will
We saw Bron murder Ricochet together. It's always best to experience someone getting murdered as a group, you know. It's easier to cope. Poor Ricochet. Did not think that would be the end for him. I'm still not convinced. I still think he might rise from the ashes and attack Bron Breakker next week or something. And then Ricochet demands a match, all broken, bruised ribs, maybe 2 weeks from now, I don't know. But limping and all busted up and just wants revenge. And Bron's like, fine, and then just kills him. And that's the end? I mean, back in the day when someone would jump ship or leave or choose to leave and go to the other promotion, the person they're feuding with usually puts them down once and for good, once and for all. And if for any reason, like Chad Gable decides to go too, because we've all been expecting him to resign, but I was also expecting Ricochet to resign. So maybe Chad Gable is not a done deal either. And what if he goes? You could have Bron Breakker smash him too and just make that a thing. Bron Breakker on his road to the title. I've ran people out of this company, Yeah, I know. Yeah, like he's feuding with Bron, Ricochet. I just thought the last thing we would see from Ricochet would be in the ring, not through a car windshield or in an ambulance or anything like that, because that would make a casual viewer who's not aware of Ricochet's contract assume that we're going to see Ricochet come back and attack Bron and have a match and a pay-per-view match and that type of thing. This might not feel like an absolute end for a casual viewer. That's why I think we could get one more match. That is a crazy belly to belly. Like maybe even Ricochet could come back and want revenge so bad. I challenge you to loser leaves WWE or something like that, and then just put a stamp on it, Not that what Bron did wasn't a stamp. It's just not what I'm used to when it comes to somebody leaving. I mean, what I do like so far between now that since AEW has been around, I feel like all of the people who have left both sides and gone to the other side have been treated well on their way out or respectfully. Nothing's been spiteful or malicious or do whatever you can to humiliate them as much as you can before they leave. It really hasn't been a lot of that. You've had people lose and drop their titles like Jade Cargill did before she left. And even Tony Khan let William Regal go with some conditions, and everyone's been treated relatively well on their way out with no like bitter feelings or anything like that, which is good to see that the talent's not getting caught in this because they're neutral. They're independent contractors working jobs. That's it. And no company should ever hurt a talent with the intent of that hurting the company they work for. That would be shitty.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
I don't want to be AARP age.
This summer's hottest new wrap from Jimmy John's, starring ghost pepper cheese and introducing firecracker chips. The reviews are in. This summer, it's gonna be a hot one. Jimmy John's new firecracker wrap.
Jimmy John's firecracker wrap. Let me know how it is. Thank you, Abasika, for the super chat. Always happy to see you here. Unfortunately, I never really know what you're saying to me. Surprise Ricochet placating Nabagoga on the outs. I don't know. But thank you as always. I'm definitely curious about the Ricochet thing. I mean, he definitely got beat up enough for this to be his exit from the company, but we've seen backstage beatdowns of this magnitude many times in the past, and they always are followed by the person getting beat up coming back for revenge. That's why I'm just not convinced. Unless Ricochet's just like, I'm done. That guy's too scary, too dangerous. I don't want anything else to do with him or that company. I'm going somewhere easier. Maybe that's the story they're trying to tell. Okay, yeah, I haven't. Oh wait, I read that update on Gable today, but I felt like I've already read a version of that before. Like most people are expecting him to stay. I never really felt like he was going to leave. The only thing that made me doubt myself was Ricochet leaving, because I also thought he was going to stick around. So I feel like if he's going to leave a good job, a secure job, when he has his fiance there with him, and he's willing to leave that at WWE when they're at their hottest, and he's willing to leave voluntarily to go to the other company, maybe Gable will too. It sounds like Gable's sticking around. And he better, the way they've been building up this Alpha Academy shit, for it to all come to an end in one night would be whack. Because his contract is like up real soon. Like the next couple weeks type of thing. Ricochet's future, I believe, definitely will be AEW. There's really nowhere else for him to go. Sounds like the Hardy Boys are wrapping up with AEW too. They might both come back. Get in the Hall of Fame next year. Wouldn't be surprised. Hardy Boys Hall of Fame 2025. I could see it. I don't think either Hardy should wrestle anymore, but I think they should come back and have like a farewell 2 months or something in the company. Quick little run. Maybe not even win the titles. Just, I don't know, just come back. Royal Rumble time in January. Go into the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania weekend, and maybe have a retirement match at WrestleMania or something. I don't know. But I think it's time for the Hardys to be done. You see how much all those years of Edge and Christian taking the least amount of bumps in those TLC matches paid off, because look at the level that Edge and Christian are wrestling on right now compared to the Hardys. The Hardys can scarcely move. You know, they're shells of their former self, and Christian is having bangers. And so was Copeland, for that matter, until he broke his own damn leg. Sling blade on to Drew. Crowd is a little quiet here in Toledo. When I was a kid and we moved to North Carolina, we would often drive back to Michigan to visit family, and we would always go through Toledo and usually stop there. I definitely have eaten at a McDonald's or two in Toledo before when I was a young feller. Oh. Ooh, that's an interesting camera shot right here. Superplex, I guess we're going for here. Be careful, gentlemen. God. No, you're not going to win with a superplex. We got 2 minutes left, according to my watch here. Oh, man, Ronnie, are you serious? Are they in Corpus Christi next week? Ah, son of a bitch. That's like the worst crowd. Maybe they aren't. It just feels like there was a bunch of Raws where that crowd just sucked. Maybe they're getting better.
This is awesome. What a night here. Back get tired of the future shock DDT into the kip up. And it could be the beginning of the end.
Who's coming? Somebody's coming. Here comes Priest. Coming out to give a distraction. I mean, I feel like McIntyre has to win this. Oh, Carlito. Headbutt to Carlito. Claymore to JD. He took it so funny, too. No way a roll-up. No way. I feel like he's going to Claymore him. Nope. Another Sling Blade. It's a real good sequence here, but the crowd is not awake for this at all. He's going for the Coupe de Gracie. Oh, Clay FTW. Yeah. Priest is going to have to go it alone, so he thinks. I mean, it's got to be Punk. It's got to be Punk stopping this. Because it's got to be Drew and Punk at SummerSlam. It has to be. They've been building up that issue for too long. But if Gunther's getting the title shot, it can't be Drew and Punk at SummerSlam. So I think Priest is going to retain. And that might be why they've added Cody and AJ I Quit match. Cody and AJ might go on last. But I still think you could do Drew and Priest last and have Punk show up. It's just, it feels like now they've set themselves up to have Punk cost Drew. But the problem is the show is in Scotland, and they're going to have to announce that Punk is there. Otherwise, he's going to be seen. They're doing that pre-show stuff. They might want him there for that to make an appearance. So maybe they'll act like he's just there for that. But either that or they got to keep him hidden the whole time, which can't be fun for Punk. And then he's got to make that surprise appearance in Scotland and surprise everyone and attack Drew or cost him the title. I guess that's what they're going to have to do here. So I have to give this some thought. I got to give the card some thought because I'm going to be up here later this week to do predictions. Probably on Thursday. I'll be up here for predictions for Clash at the Castle, and we'll talk about this in depth. But I got to give it some thought because I'm like, there's so many different things I want to see. I want to see Drew and Punk at SummerSlam, but you can't do that if Drew's the champion because Gunther's getting the match. I also want to see CM Punk win Money in the Bank, but there's no point in him doing that unless Drew is champion, so you can get to that match and Punk can cash in on Drew. That would be awesome. But the more I think about it, it's probably just going to be Priest retaining somehow with help from Punk. And then something's got to happen at Money in the Bank. And then Drew and Punk, you somehow get to that at SummerSlam. But I don't know how you get there. I don't know what the correct way is. But I feel like that's more likely now that Drew doesn't win. But I will reserve my final prediction for Thursday when we're up here. I'll stick a link up in the next couple of days, so keep a lookout for that. If you are just joining us now, we did a watch along tonight for Raw, so I'm going to get out of here in a minute, but my immediate thoughts on the show was that it was just okay for a Clash at the Castle go home show. I wasn't really feeling a review tonight, so I felt like doing a watch along might be a little bit more fun. Feels like we were right on the cusp of the Alpha Academy imploding. That should happen at Clash at the Castle. They do not need to drag this out any further with these guys. Finally, something needs to happen. Sami needs to retain. Gable needs to blow his stack and dismiss the Alpha Academy once and for all, or Otis and Maxine and Tozawa turn on Gable. That either happens at Clash at the Castle, or it starts at the Clash at the Castle and finishes off 1 week from tonight on Raw. And then after that, hopefully Chad Gable resigns and he forms a new stable with the Creed brothers. Also, Ricochet had a very interesting exit tonight from the company. PW Insider reported today that tonight would be Ricochet's last night in the company. And he wasn't in a match. It was Dragunov and Bron Breakker. But then after the match, Ricochet came out at ringside and stopped Breakker from attacking Dragunov or spearing him through a barricade. And then in the backstage area, Breakker got to Ricochet through the Rey Mysterio, Kevin Nash lawn dart spot, ricocheted or threw Ricochet into the trailer. He fell backwards, back bump on the concrete, and then got power slammed through the windshield of a car. Samantha Irvin had to witness this on the big screen. She left with Ricochet in the ambulance, and I thought Ricochet would like have a match and get squashed and get put down 1, 2, 3. And the last time we would see Ricochet in the WWE would be in the middle of the ring, not on a stretcher being carted off in an ambulance. So I feel like Ricochet might be back for like one more match. His contract is not up yet. We just got word that he gave his notice to WWE, but now all of a sudden they're saying, oh, tonight's going to be his last night. But I'd at least do 1 or 2 more things with him before writing him off. And I thought a match with Bron Breakker would be more likely than what they did. But this might be it. It might just be Bron Breakker murdering him, injuring him. And that's enough to kind of scare him off from WWE. I don't want to go back there. That guy's going to kill me. So I'm going to go to AEW where it's safe, I guess. But I would have him come back and do another match. I would have him show up next week or in 2 weeks, bruised up, taped up, hobbling out there, wanting revenge, and then just challenge Bron. I want you so bad, I'm willing to put my career on the line. That's how bad I want you. And then Breakker's like, yeah, bring it. And it's Ricochet versus Bron Breakker. Ricochet's career in WWE on the line, and Breakker just kills him. Goodbye, Ricochet. I'd do it like that. But it's different times now. People jumping ship is getting handled different ways than it used to in the 90s, and this is an interesting one. So Joshua is giving tonight a 2 out of 10 because it's lacking Joe Hendry. Yeah, well, he would definitely bring that rating up, wouldn't he? I know, Roman, that's the irony of that. He's going to go to AEW where it's safe, and nobody can get him there. So I don't know. It was an interesting way to end Ricochet's run if this, in fact, is the end for him. Looks like Iyo Sky wants some changes in damage control as well, as she was pretty upset with how her match went tonight with Lyra Valkyria, and was screaming and yelling at Dakota and Kyrie backstage. So sounds like there's some changes coming. I'm glad you guys are giving low ratings to the show. Juliet, however, is giving it a 7 out of 10. The crowd did drag it down a bit, but that's why I didn't want to spend 3 hours making notes on a show I was only mildly interested in and then coming up here and talking for 2 hours about it. I thought it would be more fun to just do a watch along and take it in together, Just got to take it together. Deep breaths. That's all. And it used to be way harder back in the day when we did the Raw reviews, because Raw watch alongs, because the show was shit. It's not that bad anymore. So this was easier to do. And I think we're going to incorporate these watch alongs into Mondays now. If we ever get like kind of a lackluster or a mediocre Raw, because some weeks they do a great job advertising stuff, and we know a week ahead of time that there's a banger scheduled for the following week. But then other times, kind of like today, I didn't see anything advertised for Raw, until like the afternoon. So, on weeks like that, if they're in like a weird city or You know, a small market city like Toledo, they don't have any matches planned. You know, we're in a stagnant time of the year. It's probably not worth coming up here and reviewing the show. We'll start doing watch-alongs for certain ones. So that's why it's important to stay subscribed and to subscribe. That way, when I flip the script on you or I change things up last minute, you guys can be made aware of that. So thank you again for hanging out with me tonight. A lot of 7 out of 10s. And yeah, the crowd was awful. Don't go back to Toledo, WWE. They don't bring it. They don't bring it. They ain't Chicago. They're not New York. They're not Philly. They're not LA. What else is nuts? What's another crazy town? Also, next week, apparently, they're going to be in Corpus Christi, which also has the reputation for not being a very hot crowd. But I think it'll be different next week because we're going to have Clash at the Castle Fallout to deal with. And I think we're going to have some big news involving the world title, because if Priest retains, that means something big went down there, and Drew McIntyre and Punk might be kicking off their thing. We got Money in the Bank qualifying matches starting, and we're going to have the Chad Gable stuff probably also going down next week. So should be good. Zach H is saying Pittsburgh, so maybe we're wrong about Corpus Christi. Somebody only mentioned Corpus Christi in the chat. I did not confirm that. So it might not even be them. Maybe it's Pittsburgh. Or Zach H says that's possible as well. If they're coming back on Saturday, that's the thing. It probably is an East Coast show because they're flying all the way across the Atlantic. Flying to Corpus Christi, Texas for Raw. That's almost like too far. Pittsburgh sounds more likely because they're going to be in Scotland on Saturday night and then get all the way back here by Monday. So you don't want to go any further than you have to. So just fly right back over. In Pittsburgh, it's probably relatively closer, unless you meant Pittsburgh being a shitty city. But Pittsburgh, I don't think is too bad. That's where the Hell in the Cell was. Fans went nuts for that. It isn't. Okay, thank you for the... Oh, yes, that's right. And Victor, good point. Tonight, also, we had the... we also had the... Am I saying Corpus Christi wrong or something? Tonight, we had the Uncle Howdy QR code as well. It sent you to a link that had a timer, a countdown that ends 1 week from tonight during Monday Night Raw. So it's kind of like the Jericho timer, I guess. And so I guess next week is when we're going to get the debut, I suppose, of Uncle Howdy, unless it's just a countdown to another clue. But they ran into this problem with Bray Wyatt when he was still alive in his last run there, of them kind of dragging things out so long that we started to lose interest. So they better not do that. Okay, so it is there. It is in Texas next week. Okay, I thought Pittsburgh made more sense coming back from an international show like that. But all right, Corpus Christi, right on. That's where we're at. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your week, or good next couple of days, I should say, because I should be here on Thursday, or I will be here on Thursday to give you guys some predictions for Clash at the Castle. And we'll also run down probably the results of Dynamite as well. So stay tuned for that. I'll throw a link at you in the next day or two. Have a good rest of your Monday evening, and I will catch you guys in just a couple.